To become a better leader of tomorrow in just a short amount of time, subscribe to our Raj Shamani Clips channel. An individual, as a news person, as a storyteller, what are you interested in? Like, what are the topics of interest for you?
Geopolitics is something I'm very deeply interested in.
Okay.
See, for a country that has been an independent nation for more than 7 decades, which has been forever trying to find a seat at the United Nations Security Council, permanent seat, it really raises the stature. And it's about time we had these things. Right? We are 1.4 billion, a sizable chunk of the world population.
Yeah.
We need a voice.
Yep.
And we need the right representation. So this is a great time to be, I think, a content creator also, because we need to send out the right story. We need to create the right image. Another subject that interests me a lot is the concept of soft power.
Okay.
So there is hard power that the military wields.
Okay.
And then there is soft power.
That is culture power.
That is culture.
Information,
culture, all sorts of things. Yoga, Bollywood, right? Anywhere you go in the world, you meet a taxi driver, he says Indian, there is a very good chance that he will play a Bollywood song for you.
He'll say Shah Rukh Khan.
Yeah, Shah Rukh
That's
Khan or Amitabh Bachchan or something like that. That is soft power.
Okay.
So it is the ability to shape preferences and attitudes without applying force. So if you're wearing a hoodie or Adidas shoes, it is the soft power of an American brand that you want to be seen in that,
True.
So that is soft power. So I think India has had tremendous soft power when we started. I don't know if I'm boring you, but this is
to me
it's a very interesting subject. Yeah. Independence के समय हम ना तो economically बहुत strong थे, ना militarily बहुत strong थे. पर we were अहिंसा से हमने one of the biggest militaries, one of the biggest powers in the world, Britain, उसको अपने देश से निकाल दिया. और उसके बाद और ऐसे जो देश थे जो कॉलोनीज बने हुए थे, उनके हम एक तरह से representative बन गए. It was the brightest moment for our soft power, that a country which was struggling on so many levels was still seen as a force to reckon with, was still seen as an important player in global affairs.
Because of the way we were dealing with
our civilizational richness and the message that we had for the world. Non-violence. Or whatever, the diversity. I mean, आज के ज़माने में diversity is a corporate buzzword.
Yeah.
But we aced it 70 years back.
Interesting.
So these are subjects that interest me, and these are subjects that I think we should all pay attention to. Every time we go out of this country, we are all brand ambassadors of India.
Yeah.
And we create an image of India. So we need to understand where we stand. We need to sometimes fix our own preconceptions about ourselves. कि हम तो कोडिंग कुलीज ही रहेंगे, हम लीड नहीं कर सकते. ऐसा नहीं है, इतने सारे स्टार्टअप्स तो हैं. We need to take a chance.
Yeah.
So I think these are the subjects that I want to focus on.
This is what like pumps you. Okay.
It really excites me.
Okay,
these
so let's talk about soft power. Okay,
Yeah.
like I used to like it at some point.
Okay.
I kind of lost my learnings, or maybe just reading the hang of it, because I got too much into startups. So I used to love that, and I found out that any country who has to become a world power, okay, they have to become world power in 3 ways. So one is your military power, that is like you need to have the best power, hard power, right? Second is they need to have economic power, that's a financial power which you need in the world, that you have enough money to sustain that the world is dependent on you. And third is the culture power, the soft power which you talk about. And that's where America aced it. And that is one of the biggest reasons why Chinese have not been able to become like the world power, because they're good with the first two. Their culture power is not yet seen around the world. So America, if you see, their food has become the food choice for the world. The way they dress has become the choice of the world. The way their brands have become synonyms for XYZ things, let's say Starbucks or Tesla or Coca-Cola, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like there are multiple things, right? So they've always aced that. And India is now on that verge where we are trying to do that with our yoga. But do you think is there anything else that India can actually achieve the cultural power as well?
Oh, absolutely.
How can we do that? Like what are the things?
अब क्या है, पहले सॉफ्ट पावर जोसेफ नाय ने पहले यूज़ किया था ये शब्द, और उसके बाद सिंस देन they've started talking about smart power, which is a good mix of soft and hard power.
Okay.
And I think India is completely like in tune with this. So we have yoga. At a time when the world was really suffering, we gave them vaccines and medicines. That is soft power.
Yeah.
Right? Bollywood is definitely there, no matter how much hate it gets on social media. It's unfortunate and they have their own issues, but it's a fact that Bollywood has been... I remember reading somewhere, जब पहली तालिबान सरकार गिरी थी, तो एक Indian minister traveled to Afghanistan with a plane full of, you know what? Tapes of क्योंकि सास भी कभी बहू थी. Because it was a huge hit and people needed relief from whatever they had gone through.
Wow.
Yeah. And in Israel, someone told me that their favorite song is Jimmy Jimmy Aja Aja. All sorts of Bollywood has done great things for us, right? At the same time, when the need arises, we can go into Pakistan and conduct surgical strikes. So that is hard power. So it's a good mix of soft and hard. India is being seen as a potential peacemaker in the conflicts that we see today.
Yep.
So I don't know of many powers of India's stature. हम Quad में भी जाते हैं. Quad is India, US, Australia, and Japan is alliance.
Okay.
It's seen as anti-China. और हम SCO में भी जाते हैं, जिसमें रशिया, चाइना, इंडिया और कुछ और देश हैं. हम दोनों के मेंबर्स हैं. और हम 2 महीने के अंतराल में दोनों समिट्स अटेंड भी कर लेते हैं. हम रशिया से तेल भी खरीद लेते हैं. हम ये भी कह देते हैं कि वॉर नहीं होना चाहिए. वी आर डूइंग एवरीथिंग. इट्स द बेस्ट प्लेस टू बी इन.
We're the smartest power right now.
Smartest? Oh, we are just, I think,
One of
playing
the
our card
smartest,
rights. And yeah, lots of things are falling in place for us. We have challenges, but yeah.
But do you think like India has a potential to become world power one day?
Oh, yes.
How? Like, because, so I'll tell you, okay, there's somewhere I was reading कि पहले ना लोग करते थे इकोनॉमिक कॉलोनाइजेशन होता था, ओके, जिसकी वजह से वर्ल्ड पावर बनते थे. सो पहले जैसे ब्रिटेन ने किया, राइट, देन उसके बाद अब US ने किया, दैट दे गिव सो मच डेट टू पीपल दैट दे कांट रीपे. नाउ चाइना इज डूइंग द सेम थिंग, दैट दे हैव गिवन डेट टू 33-40 नेशंस दैट दे कांट रीपे. सो दैट्स एन इकोनॉमिक कॉलोनाइजेशन कि तुम दूसरे देशों को पैसा इतना दे दो और धीरे धीरे जाके उनके पोर्ट्स, उनके एयरपोर्ट्स और सब करके कैप्चर करने लग जाओ, सो दैट यू कैन कंट्रोल देयर सीट्स एंड देयर वॉइसेस इन द वर्ल्ड. That I think that happened in UN voting system as well when China and Taiwan thing happened. कि जितनी देशों को चाइना ने ज़्यादा पैसा दे रखा था, they all got into China's favor, right? That's economic colonization. So US is losing the battle in that. But there's a counter to that. लोग बोल रहे थे कि economic colonization पुरानी strategy है. अब वो US को कोई फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता क्योंकि नई strategy है data colonization. कि पूरा वर्ल्ड का जो डेटा है वो US कंट्रोल करता है. एंड वो जब लोगों को आज पैसे ज़्यादा डेटा पे आ रहा है, तो इसकी वजह से US कैन ऑलवेज बिकम वर्ल्ड पावर. नो अदर कंट्री कैन एवर टच दैम. डू यू बिलीव इन दिस? बिकॉज इंडिया गैस तो ना इकोनॉमिक कॉलोनाइजेशन पावर है, ना अभी डेटा कॉलोनाइजेशन पावर है.
देखिए, पावर एक्वायर करने के और एग्जर्ट करने के 1-2 लिमिटेड वो नहीं है.
Okay.
बहुत, जैसे यूरोप, क्या आप यूरोप को पावर मानते हैं? सारी दुनिया की संधियाँ यूरोप में होती हैं. सारे पीस टॉक्स यूरोप में होते हैं. सबसे बड़े वॉर्स यूरोप में लड़ गए हैं, वर्ल्ड वॉर 1 और वर्ल्ड वॉर 2. हाउ आर दे द पीपल टू टेल एवरीबडी एल्स हाउ टू? Europe is called a normative power. They have created norms and systems which they have convinced the world are the best. And so they will tell you how you should conduct your affairs. They will tell you whether you have transparency in your system or not. They will tell you whether you're liberal or not. They will tell you what kind of freedom do your citizens enjoy. उनको किसने मठाधीश बना दिया? उनके पास ना मिलिट्री है, उनके पास ना इकोनॉमिक पावर है. So there are lots of ways to and we have to find our own formula,
okay,
to be a power. I think India is definitely, so there is a concept of middle powers. There are superpowers and the middle powers, and we can bracket it in whichever way we want to. But it's a fact that, and I think India's biggest strength, and it should be, we have to do a lot of work in this direction, is the fact that we are the talent factory.
Yeah.
We are a huge talent pool. And we need to be able to exploit it in a good way, like harness it is the better word. We have, our geography is a challenge, but it's also an opportunity. So we'll have to figure out our own way. We can't be throwing checkbooks at other countries like the Chinese do.
Yeah.
And we are not the kind of nation, it is not in our strategic culture to intervene. I think the West has given itself the right to intervene everywhere and then justify. They created the United Nations. Then when it does not suit them, they don't even need the UN sanction. They make some other separate coalition and enter a country and say, okay, we are bringing democracy. We don't do that. We don't intervene. That's not who we are.
What is the one thing which you feel we're doing absolutely right? And what is one thing which you feel that we should work on right now as a country? In terms
what
of
are we doing absolutely
our
right?
way to become the biggest economy in the world.
For young people?
For as a country, because we're saying that India का time आ गया, अब India कोई रोक नहीं सकता, right? This is the narration going on. The world is looking towards us. सब हर कोई देख रहा है. So, what do you think we're doing right, and what do you think that we are doing?
What we're doing right is that we are standing our ground. We refuse to be lectured by anybody else. I think it's taken a long time for us to stand up and say, boss, ये है, हमको ऐसे ही करना है. So the next time an American newspaper says, oh, it's not safe to come to India. I mean, look at what's happening in the US. A 6-year-old shot his teacher. 6-year-old. Why does हम तो 6 साल के बच्चे को चाकू नहीं देते. उन्होंने बंदूक दे दी. So, I'm sorry, before you talk about how safe it is to travel to India, look at what's happening in the US. I think 15 years back, 10 years back, we would not have said this. Now we are saying it. So to be comfortable with who you are and to be able to
stand.
Yeah, take pride in who you are is a like, it's taken a while, but
yeah. That's something going very wrong. And where can we work on? Like, what do you think India needs to work on?
What do we need to work on? I think we have a lot of energy and talent that needs to be channelized. ये जो पूरी जनरेशन कर रही है, थोड़ा कम करना पड़ेगा. ये करना पड़ेगा.
नहीं यार, ऐसे मत करो. हमें सुनो, हम अच्छी बातें करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. ऐसे देखो, लेकिन just go to Raj Shamani channel and then
go to Raj Shamani by all means. I'm just saying that people need to, data is the cheapest in India, among the cheapest in the world. But we need to make the best use of it. We have to just, क्या है, कुछ फिर मिलता नहीं है, फिर I know it's very controversial, फिर वो सब लोग जाके कहते हैं कि फलानी उसकी परीक्षा नहीं हुई. तो तुम सरकारी नौकरी, इतनी सारी नौकरियां हैं, इतना सारा काम है, but you want to, 5 lakh people want to sit for a job which has 3,000 vacancies. Then you say there aren't enough jobs, but hello.
Thank you so much for watching this clip till the end. For more such amazing, insightful clips, please subscribe to our channel.